Good afternoon, this is Jack from theartofchart.net, and this is the intraday video for Friday the 20th of April. Thank God it's Friday. I'm really looking forward to the weekend, even though I tend to work half the weekend. But anyway, our disclaimer, we do this for educational purposes only. We're here to share our technical analysis with you. We hope you can take some of what we're doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. We're not here to issue trading signals. Now, this is the key trend line on SPX. At this stage, it's both a target and a marker. It's a target because we've got close enough to it that we should really be hitting it. It's also a perfect match with the stand 62 level. So it's a very strong target. So I think my expectation is that we're going to back test this low and go a little lower, and then we will see the test, and then we will see whether it survives that test. And this is the key bull biomarker for me on ES. The 77 level that Stan's been looking at has been resistance on both of the rallies so far. And obviously, if we make a lower low, we could. I mean, it's possible. We've got an IHS set up here, potentially. We could make a higher low here and go up. But at this stage, we really should be hitting this trend line. So I'm not really seeing a good case for us not hitting this trend line. So we'll see. But I think I'm expecting to see this tested. And at that stage, we've got a nice little falling megaphone. And on a breakup from there, we would go straight back to the previous high. And I think that's the more likely thing to happen still, in my view. Let's have a look at ES. Now, ES, obviously that's broken the rising support there, and that was obviously monthly pivot gone. That's trying to convert to resistance and not doing a bad job so far. We have a possible 60-minute buy signal brewing, and unless we see that SPX trendline break, my working assumption is that this move up is not finished, that we're setting up new support trend lines on everywhere except SPX, and that we are going to see a higher high. If we break below that trend line, then it becomes far more likely that we've actually seen an early high, and that we're not going to get another leg up. That would be disappointing, but it's too early to call that yet, and I'm leaning against that being what we're seeing here. Now, NQ, obviously we've broken through support. Obviously we made the 120-minute sell signal target. We made the double top target. I've got no positive divergence yet. If we get a retest of the lows, I might get some. I had talk of a head and shoulders this morning. I'm not really seeing one. Gotta say, I'm not seeing one on ES really. There's nothing really worth calling it. Inverted cup with handle, possibly. Is this a head and shoulders? Possibly. Maybe. I'd be treating it as one probably if we get a break of this trend line. Until then, I'm thinking probably not. It's not a strong head and shoulder pattern, not a well distinct one. The shoulders aren't at the same level. It's upsloping. It's the sort of pattern you could pick out that isn't necessarily a pattern. That it's very easy to find these things if you're really looking for them, but you only really want to find the ones which are actually there. So this one, that's it. That's very much in debate. Let's have a quick look at the 60-minute charts on NDX and RUT. NDX, we don't have any positive divergence on the 60-minute. Obviously, we've filled this open gap here, and we are testing rising support. Needs to go a little lower. I need to move that line very slightly, so it actually hasn't quite got a hit. I would be hoping that would hold as support. On RUT, we have a little positive. We have a little positive divergence. No, we don't. No positive divergence on the 60-minute. I would like to see a bit with a retest this low, which I think we're expecting to see. Is it likely to make it down as far as this trend line here? Probably not. But I'm not ruling it out. But that's a 1550. That looks out of range if we're going to see the SPX one hold. Could that break down on this hold? Possibly, but I'm not seeing any strong case for that to happen. I'm not seeing a matching trend line above. There would normally be indicators which I'm not seeing, so that's not what I'm expecting to see. Right, I'm not showing the TF chart, so that's indices. Let's have a look at DX, which has been very interesting today.